Alright, this is Oleg Shilovitsky with OpenBOM. In my last third introductory video about OpenBOM, I will talk about how OpenBOM helps you to manage inventories and organize your procurement process for prototyping and small batch manufacturing. I highly recommend you to start with the OpenBOM training library and check in the introduction to OpenBOM end-to-end design to purchase process, which will give you an idea about how OpenBOM works. But let's jump in our project. So I do have a project of wireless router that you've seen in some of our other videos, and this is also part of the demo data, so you can use it for your experiments. Now, let's say I have a bill of materials for this wireless router, and I would like to build a small batch of these wireless routers for my order. So let's start from OpenBOM catalogs. If you didn't pay attention, OpenBOM catalog allows you to not only manage items, but also manage inventories. So quantity on hand is the default system property that allows you to put a number of components that you have in your stock. And once you have this information, we can go forward and start planning my orders. So for this wireless router bill of material, I can navigate to the orders. And orders is a way to create an order for entire product. Keep in mind also OpenBOM has a capability to create orders for items directly from catalogs. We'll talk about this in a separate video. But for the moment, I would like to create an order for 100 units. So the order for 100 units will allow me to calculate, and OpenBOM will make calculations about quantities that I need to manufacture this unit. So it includes automatically calculation of a quantity required and quantity gaps based on the quantity on hand. So it's a kind of automatic calculations of required quantities, which is not very simple because you can have some sub-assemblies already in stock and you need to make all these calculations for your production planning and procurement. So once you create an order and you identify all quantity gaps, you can generate purchase orders. Once we generate the purchase orders, those are purchase orders for vendors. And again, one thing that I didn't mention before, that OpenBOM catalogs allows you not only to define quantity on hand, but also to define vendors from whom you buy it, and OpenBOM allows you to define multiple vendors. So it's a quite sophisticated process that allows you to choose a preferred vendor. Once we get these purchase orders generated, I can open purchase order. I can evaluate what I have, and I can export this purchase order or send it to QuickBooks or other finance systems. So once I exported purchase order, I can get it in a variety of formats, but very useful PDF format to send it the attributes that you need with part number, image, total cost. I export it, and I am getting a PDF file of my order that I can print and I can send it to my vendor. So once I receive this purchase order, I click on receive, and the quantity received will be included in the quantity on hand in OpenBOM item catalog. So once you finished all your purchasing and you finalize all purchase orders, you can navigate to production and release it to production where all components will be consumed, and the quantity on hand will be set for the total assembly. So we will get a total number of wireless routers, hundreds, and all the components that we need to manufacture this router will be consumed. I highly recommend you to navigate to OpenBOM documentation online training library and check this diagram in our documentation that will explain you the overall process of ordering and inventory control. So just to summarize, once you have an item information and catalog with quantity on hand and vendor, you can create a BOM, build an order from a catalog and bill of materials. This order will be for number of units. Then you can generate purchase orders, communicate it to contractors and suppliers, get this information back, receive purchase orders. Once it's done and all your gaps are zero, you release your order to production and you build a number of units. So this is very useful, and I would highly recommend you to try this out because it will give you a continuous integration process from the early design stages through our CAD integrations and management of bill of materials for different life cycle directly to procurement. It's Very, very popular, very powerful for small teams, for prototyping, and for medium-sized enterprises where you can have an integrated space managing all your CAD data, engineering and product lifecycle management processes, and inventory management processes all together in integrated environment. And to try this environment, you just need to navigate to OpenBOM, click to register for free, start your free trial, and you will have OpenBOM immediately on your computer, and you will be able to experiment with your team how to improve your processes, moving from Excels to organized online connected processes with your team and all engineering contractors and suppliers. So thank you very much. That was all with OpenBOM. I hope it's useful, and I will see you in the next videos.